I was raised to become a Christian. So, why the statements I make about the religious text, the Bible, is what I know about that religious book. But when I say I feel that this book was not inspired by God and was written for man to control mankind, I'm also referring to all religious texts of any kind by anyone. Um, the Bible has some very interesting, knowledgeable, and insightful things to say. We humans can make interesting books. But it also says some things that are cruel, brutal, selfish, discusses things like rape, murder, slavery, in positive terms. It treats women in a very deplorable way many times. It has very cruel things to say about the disabled, in my opinion. It really, it's, it doesn't really um, give you the real necessary things to do to really live a good life, except it does say some good things that may interest some people, not me. Well, yeah, it does if it's a good saying, but it's not coming from God. I have to say that. Um, it's a good history book. It tells about how people lived at the time and how many of them believed. But it's filled with a lot of fairy tales, like uh, Noah's Ark, Samson and Delilah, uh, uh, a lot of things in that way that I don't believe could ever be true. You know, so it's like I said, it's an interesting book. But anyone who could think that this book could lead them into a richful, fulfilling life is, in my opinion, mistaken. Especially if they think this book is inspired by God, which is not. Um, I have read the Bible, you know, a lot of it, and it, like I said, it's interesting. But I'm not gonna base my life on it, or have it lead my life. No way. You know, you know, I give you an example where wars are, and we do still do it today, are started, and then they say it's what God wants, and I think, what does God have to gain from one man killing another? We gain a lot, but He has no need for it. Why would He encourage it? That's an example from the Bible that is, I have problem with, but I have problems with a lot of things in the Bible. Uh, you know, it shows that God does things in very cruel, selfish ways. But then, on the other hand, they attribute evil and selfish, cruel things to the devil. And you wonder how's people going to be able to tell one from the other if God is doing terrible things and the devil's doing terrible things too, if according to the Bible. But since there is no devil, and since God doesn't do terrible things, He doesn't have any connection to us humans here on Earth, then we don't have to worry about any horrible things coming from these two beings anyway. God would never do anything to hurt us. We hurt ourselves more than God would ever think of hurting us, and the devil doesn't exist. So, um, whenever a religious person refers to the Bible, I just brush it aside because, you know, it's a book like any other book, but it's not as important as they try to make it be. It's nowhere near. So, this is my opinion on the Bible. Have any comments or anything you want to express, let me know. This is Glenda Richardson. Glenda Richardson. I guess you could say, I can say my last name. So, bye bye.